August 8th, 1993, a dark rural highway outside Melbourne, Australia. A couple drives home, headlights cutting through the fog, nothing unusual until they see it. A massive circular craft glowing orange hovering silently above the road. Their car engine dies. A blinding flash fills the windshield, and when they come to, an hour is gone, wiped clean. Other drivers saw the same craft, the same figures, the same missing time, and all of them came forward independently. It's one of the most documented and unsettling close encounters on record. It's the Kelly Cahill Alien Encounter. Will you believe? Let's get into it. Welcome to another episode of Mostly True Alien Stories.
UFO sightings. Many Americans have wondered about the dangers of unknown objects.
In Mexico, pulling back the curtain. We need to save ourselves.
Welcome back to Mostly True Alien Stories, the show where we take one true report of an alien encounter, we break down the facts, and we decide whether it's mostly true or not. I'm Neal Girandola, and here with me is the man who can make even aliens nervous with his skepticism. It's Andrew Triana. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Neal. How are you today?
I'm gay. I'm gay.
You're gay? What? Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, Neal just came out as gay on our show.
And it was accidental, but on purpose. Today's episode is a big one. We're diving into the Kelly Cahill Encounter. It's one of the strangest and most credible multi-witness close encounters ever reported. Multiple drivers on the same road, the same craft, the same missing time, and physical effects that none of them could explain. It's one of those cases that makes you lean in whether you believe or not. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps us reach more listeners and more aliens, depending on who's tuning in. Yes, Andrew, that's how they should hit the button. They should go.
We should have a button sound that we have. That's what I think we need. Like, hello.
Boop. We're going to add so many sound effects as soon as we get sponsors. Before we dive into this, the Cahill case, we're going to keep talking about the 3-Eye Atlas from time to time, because until that thing passes by Earth on December 16th and then just exits our solar system after that. But until that, you know, that there's talk that astronomers have detected the first ever radio signal from the interstellar object, the 3-Eye Atlas. It was picked up by the South African Meerkat telescope, and the initial excitement is speculated that it might be alien technology, or that it proves that this is alien technology because it's receiving a signal. But the reality is the signal just comes from the outgassing, or actually it's the hydroxyl radicals is what they call it. It's not the intelligible. It's actually the best way to explain it. And we did this in a video, one of our videos on TikTok, is it's actually the sound of melting. That's actual sound of melting. It's just sending these signals out back to the meerkat.
Sounds like me after Indian food.
Oh, that was Andrew melting. That's Andrew melting.
Bowels are melting. You know, actually, it's funny that you talked about this transcript. I actually have a copy of what the message said.
You were able to get the message?
I decoded it. Yeah.
You're talking about the signal that they received, the radio signal that they received.
Yes, the radio signal.
So this is not the sound of melting. It's an actual message that was sent from
message.
The object. All right. Well, what is it? What is it? You always get the most interesting messages.
Well, you know, since I deal with a lot of alien tech, this is how I know these things. But the message reads, "Please stop watching me.
Look away. Look away.
Please stop watching me. It is now to the point of stalking. Please stop." 3-Eye Atlas.
You know, I feel for him. I do. He's right. We should stop looking at him, everyone.
Just leave him alone. Just leave him alone. He clearly doesn't want to be seen. He's flying that far away.
In all seriousness, though, everybody's leaning on every fart, gas, sound, image. They just want it to be alien. Oh, that's an alien farting. That's an alien farting.
That was the 3-Eye Atlas's communication.
Oh, it's just a fart machine.
It's just a huge alien fart machine. And the message is, don't eat at White Castle.
And pretty soon it's going to drop coupons down for White Castle. There's going to thousands and thousands and thousands of coupons.
These coupons won't stop coming. Mama.
50% off at White Castle.
I can't eat any more White Castle.
Fun. I mean, all the conspiracists are loving that, all of those kinds of things. You know, the other thing that is really funny, I thought this was hilarious, that there was viral footage recently of these mysterious red lights over Denver.
Yes,
just recently.
Yes.
And it was UFO speculation. Everybody immediately was, oh my God, what's going on? All this stuff came out about it. And, it's aliens. What is this? What's going on to the government? Right. And it turns out they were skydivers from the Denver Broncos. Everybody's on edge. This is where everybody is right now. They want everything in the sky to be aliens. You know, it's really gotten out of hand.
Do we really want that? I mean, when you think about it, no, right?
Well, we've had this discussion before. Right. So now, remember, back in the day, we were fearful of anything that was in the sky. Right. Then we got curious, through these other decades. And now today, we're hoping everything is aliens.
Yeah.
That's what it's come to. So,
and it's just not. So,
yeah.
Alien in nature.
I mean, unless you think these skydivers that were jumping for the Denver Broncos are aliens.
I just, shouldn't they be focusing on football?
Well, it wasn't the team that was jumping.
I know. Maybe it should have been. Maybe it would have riled them up to play better.
Like half of them die because they never knew how to skydive.
They took them up in a plane and they were like, you guys are going to play better. And this is why. Oh, one of you, by the way, doesn't have a parachute.
Go, go, go. All right. So that wasn't aliens, everybody.
It's an NFL stunt. That's what it was.
All right. We've seen signals we might misinterpret and lights that turned out to be skydiving teams, but now let's step into a case that lives right in the space between misinterpretation and observation. It's the Kelly Cahill Encounter. You ready to dive into this, Andrew?
Dude, I am so ready to go down under. You just don't know it.
Wow, you really are. All right. The Kelly Cahill case begins on the night of August 8th of 1993 outside Belgrade, Victoria, a quiet suburban region about 45 minutes from Melbourne. Kelly and her husband, Andrew, were driving home after visiting friends. It was a misty, cold kind of night, and Kelly suddenly noticed a massive circular craft hovering low over a field. It was black, it was silent, it was rimmed with these orange lights, and she described it as easily the size of a house, a large house. And as they approached, the car's electrical system failed. The engine cuts out, the radio dies, and a blinding white flash lit up the interior, and then nothing. And when Kelly came to, she was sitting straight up. She was breathing hard. Her husband was disoriented and their car was moving again. But an hour had passed and they couldn't account for it. And the following days brought on these physical symptoms, the following days after this incident. So they felt abdominal pain, triangular burn marks were on them. They had strange punctures over their bodies. And when Kelly sought medical attention, her injuries were documented, but they couldn't explain them. And then the story takes its most remarkable turn. Other witnesses, strangers from different locations, came forward with the exact same story. A second couple described the same craft, the same flash, the same missing time, and a third group reported seeing tall, black, humanoid figures with glowing red eyes emerging from the craft. And all three groups had those same physical injuries. All three described panic, paralysis, and blackout. And none of them knew each other at all. Investigators from UFO Research Australia gathered statements, and then they found that there were corroborating timelines, a flattened circle of grass, they had soil disturbances, electromagnetic anomalies, and there were consistent sketches of the humanoids or aliens. And here's the kicker. None of these witnesses sought media attention. They didn't write books. They weren't chasing fame. And most of them never even spoke publicly ever again. So to this day, no official explanation has ever been issued. And Kelly, who passed away, unfortunately, in 2019, maintained her story with total consistency from day one. All right, Andrew, we got multiple witnesses, physical injuries, vehicle interference, no motive for fame, and Kelly stuck to her story for 25 years. Andrew, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it. Share your side of it, and then let's weigh in on whether we think this is a mostly true alien story or not.
So why this is so different than any of the other alien stories that we've talked about here or revealed here is because it involves multiple witnesses, like people that actually, spoke to people. So 3 parties in 3 separate vehicles, 6 people total. The first car was Kelly and her husband. The second car had 3 people. The third car had 2 people.
Was this all on the same
one
road
person, sorry,
or just
one
in the
person.
same area?
Same road.
Okay.
Same road. They described that the cars were several meters behind each
So
other. So
same time,
right.
they're all heading in the same sort of direction on the road. They didn't know each other. Just
So
like
the other
you-
thing the investigation recovered was ground traces, right, including marks on the field, physical marks on 4 people. 4 of the bodies had physical marks.
Okay.
And that includes Kelly as well, right?
Yeah.
So
Nobody was killed. So he meant bodies, meaning their physical person
on their
after they were looked at, right?
Person. Yeah, nobody died.
Right.
Nobody died.
Right.
Kelly and her husband were the first to see it. They saw it above the tree line. She thought it was a blimp.
Okay.
Okay. When she first saw it, she thought it was a blimp. She said that there was, it had circles of yellow and orange lights that looked like windows, and they could see figures inside the windows.
Wow.
And the first thing that she said to her husband was, "Look at those people up there."
No, more Australian, right? Isn't she Australian?
Yeah, she's
not British.
Not British, but I actually watched several interviews with her. Her Aussie accent was just very slight. It was there, but very slight. Like she's trying to get rid of it.
Our listeners like to know that.
Just like Nicole Kidman, she gets rid of her accent very
right.
easily. She said when they first saw it, it was in front of them, and then it shot left and took off. They kept driving.
Did they mention they heard any sound or anything like that?
No sounds.
Okay.
No sounds. I'm going to get to that. They kept driving, and then she said there was a screen of light in the middle of the road, like a wall. And Andrew, her husband, just decided to just drive through it.
He wasn't going to stop?
No, he didn't stop because it just looked like light in the middle of the road. So he just drove through it.
Floor it.
And it was a wall.
Yeah. What kind of decision is that? If you were by yourself, buddy, I could see you doing it, but you got your wife in the car. You're just going to, you know what? I don't know what it is, but we're going to go through it.
Right. And then they kept driving. And then a little ways down the road, probably like 2 or 3 kilometers down the road, they saw a field. And in the field, they saw the ship. And so they pulled off the road. They said it was the size of a swimming pool. Well, she said it was the size of the swimming pool.
It's just hovering there.
It's just hovering there. And then she looked back and she saw.
Oh, my report said a house. She says swimming pool.
Large swimming pool. Olympic-sized swimming pool is how she described it.
Well, that's big. Okay.
That's big.
Yeah,
that's
big.
Maybe the size of a house, right?
It's funny that's what she used as
not
the
really a large house, but a good medium-sized house. I like it.
It was an Olympic pool.
It was an Olympic pool. It looked like a pool. But, dude, it was 2 to 3 stories high.
Oh, wow. That's big.
So it wasn't just wide. It was, was tall.
Yeah, sure.
So in the cars behind them, one of them had a bank manager and his wife and their friend who was a nurse. The other car had just one person in it. And his name was David. And he was a government law department employee. They all didn't know each other. They didn't even know each other was there until later on they discovered that they all were there. She saw the cars, but she didn't see the people.
Why did they all stop?
They all stopped. Yeah.
Everybody stopped. Okay.
Yeah. And she didn't mention that the reason why they stopped was because their electrical power went out in the car. In one of the stories I read, they said they pulled off because their cars died.
Yeah.
And another one said, she just said in this interview that I saw with her on Eyes on Cinema, she was being interviewed by Cynthia Siegel. I couldn't find the date of when this actual interview happened, but they were interviewing her. This is the show that she said that they pulled off on the side of the road. And they started walking towards the craft. She said, and then one large dark figure appeared. And she was like, oh, but she wasn't scared. She wasn't scared then.
They still didn't know what they were looking at yet.
They didn't know what they were looking at. Yeah. And then behind that figure, like a wall of figures appeared, is how she described it.
Oh.
Just like 10 more behind him.
Wow.
Behind the one guy, right?
Okay. Yeah. Imagine seeing that. You're still not sure what you're looking at, but they're out of the car, right? So then they see this figure
They were
appear.
waving.
Yeah. Hey, hi. You need help? Sorry, my
Hey.
husband went right through your light.
Did we hurt you? We're really sorry.
He did
Sorry.
floor it. He did floor it.
He was going too fast, and we just want to say we're sorry.
Our
We're
fault. Oh, there's more of you. Oh, there's more of you.
Oh my God, did we kill any of you?
Oh, Jesus.
I feel terrible. I mean, I wouldn't have known to do this. This is horrible. Oh my God.
Good Lord.
Let me take a breath.
She was probably yelling at him in the car when he's
Okay.
like, there's this strange big white light. I can't see a thing. I'm going to
You
floor
don't
it.
think
Over.
I'm not going to drive through the light?
And she's like, do not do that.
He said her body started humming like there was a frequency,
vibrating, humming kind of
like
thing.
vibrating,
Wild.
humming. She said her like surprise and like, wow, went to, we're going to die.
Yeah.
She went immediately to fear. And as soon as that happened, she just started screaming. She doesn't know why. She just started screaming. Then,
But not in pain. She doesn't feel
not
like
in pain,
just
she
made
said
her
she
scream.
couldn't think straight. She
Well,
couldn't think
probably
straight.
got frightening at that point.
Right. So the creatures, one of the creatures, its eyes lit up, whoop, and it hovered towards her. Then she said she felt like a punch in the stomach,
What the shit?
but it was the frequency. It was like, boom, like someone threw her
Yeah.
back, maybe some sort of telekinetic push or something, right? I don't know. Force push, they would call that in Star Wars, a force push.
Yeah.
It knocked her back,
More of an energy
energy
push.
burst, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hit her, but it hit her so hard, it knocked her on the ground. Like she went ass over elbows on the ground.
What about
flat on her
Andrew?
back.
What about Andrew, her husband?
She lost like conscious of where he was because she got hit so hard.
Yeah.
She said when she kind of like came to, she was nauseous.
Holy shit.
Yep. And she was blind. She couldn't see.
She had like temporary blindness.
Temporary blindness. Then she said she vomited.
Holy cow.
So she started screaming. She heard a voice speak to her while she was on the ground and blind. And she heard her husband screaming, "Don't touch us. Don't touch her. Leave us alone." Then she said she heard another male voice say, "We're not going to hurt you." And she heard him say, "Then why did you hit Kelly?"
Mm.
So she vomits
I wonder
again.
if he could see, if he was able to see still.
Yes, apparently he could. He didn't.
You know what I mean?
He didn't lose his vision,
he's-
right?
Yeah, he's sort of
Right.
trying to stop everything. He sees what's
Right.
going on, and she's blind and
Yep.
on the ground, and
Yep.
so I wonder. Yeah. Okay.
So she vomits again, and then that's it. She wakes up in the car.
Did they remember this in present time, or did this come out later?
It came out later. It all
Okay.
came out later.
Okay.
Okay.
So the next
So-
thing they know, they're waking up in the car. They don't know any of this had happened.
Right. Well, she doesn't know what happened when she was knocked out. She did remember getting hit and being knocked back to the ground. She remembers all of that. But after that, after the thing came to her,
Mhm.
over her, because she said she could feel its presence,
Yeah.
and she heard Andrew yelling.
Mhm.
And then she said, she heard the male voice say, "We're not going to hurt you." And then
Yeah.
she hears him say, why did you hit Kelly? All
Yeah.
right. She said she felt like someone touched her
Mm.
on her shoulder.
Mhm.
And then the next thing she knows, an hour and a half had gone by. She's in the car. They're both driving, not speaking to each other.
Wow. It was like a wild night out, and they both didn't want to talk about what they had done.
Yeah. Yep.
Exactly it.
I think he roofied her.
I've been there. I've been there.
But aren't you the one that usually gets roofied?
Yeah, I always get. No matter where I
You
go, I
just
get
give
roofied.
yourself a roofie,
Yeah,
right?
roofie,
Just,
yeah. I think it's my wife.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think what she does, but you know what? It is. It is. She roofies you, you pass out,
Yeah.
and then we put headphones on you
And she
so
does
that
it
you
for her
hear
life.
like music and stuff
Yeah,
and think that you
yeah.
had like a really great night, but
Yeah.
really nothing happened.
Then she really goes out.
Then she goes out on a date,
Yeah, yeah.
whoever
exactly.
she wants to go with.
And then I wake up thinking it's aliens.
You wake up thinking that you guys had an amazing time last night.
It was fun last night, right, honey?
And she's like, "Oh my God, it was
Yeah.
so good.
It was a great
So
time.
good. You were so sweet last night." That's what she says.
So they're back in the car,
Right.
now,
And they just go
after all
home.
this event.
They just go
But
home.
but so let me just clarify my question though. I don't
Okay,
know if
go
you
ahead.
misunderstood my question. This experience that you told us about seeing the figures drive, as far as I know, the last thing they remember is driving through the light, and then all of this happens. But to them, they don't know it happened until they go through some regression therapy or something later,
No, she said
or the moments they remembered right then and there.
She said over the next
Or
couple weeks, she started remembering a bunch of stuff.
Oh, okay, all right,
Okay.
okay.
So
Yeah.
what was weird was that she said that she got home and her stomach was burning.
Mm.
And
Okay.
she saw a red triangle that was she said about 10 millimeters big underneath her navel. Perfect triangle, red burn mark. She said it was sensitive to touch. She said, and then she started having her period, but she wasn't due for her period. And she said that it lasted for like 3 weeks.
So she's correlating that. That's something she thinks it's
Something related with the red triangle on her stomach.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Interesting.
She went to the hospital, she said, and they found that she had an infection in her womb. And apparently the other two women, according to the researchers, the other two women suffered some sort of gynecological issues as well. But they couldn't determine what the infection was that she had, but they put her on antibiotics and it went away.
So I wonder though, I mean, this probably just because there's multiple people, maybe this isn't a scenario, but maybe the aliens saved them. Maybe they did this for a reason.
Right. Right.
To save them because they were important for something.
Right. Okay. Sure.
I mean, it's a stretch. It's a stretch.
It's a stretch.
But it's a stretch.
Right. I think you're just making things up now.
Well, that was too much of a stretch.
Yeah. Because she was going to save the world.
Little did she know she did.
Little did she know she was going to be the Empress of the Galactic Empire.
If she didn't have her period for 3 weeks, the world would have been destroyed.
It was flushing out all the toxins from the world were going through her body through her period. It was amazing.
She saved them.
She saved us all. Thank you, Kelly
It's a
Cahill.
brilliant theory. Brilliant. All right.
Okay, so
all right, that was dumb. All right, I get it. I get it.
Okay.
That was dumb. But
no, it
I'm
was
just
good.
putting
I
out
liked
there.
it.
Okay.
I liked
Right.
it. So she started meeting with UFO researchers, right? And she wanted her husband to meet with them too to discuss what he had experienced, and he denied everything. He didn't even want to talk about it.
He said nothing happened.
He said, I don't want to talk about it. He never went.
But he
Until
never
15 years,
denied it happened.
he
but
just
he never
didn't want to talk
it.
about it. Right.
Okay.
He didn't want to talk about it.
Were they still together after that?
No, they divorced soon after that.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding.
That's true?
That's the truth.
For real?
They divorced. Yeah, they divorced. This broke them up. Now, she was apparently a mother of 3, but in all the interviews that I saw with her, she never talks about her kids.
Well, you don't just talk about your kids randomly. Why would you just
True.
talk about your kids?
Right, but
in an
she's
alien interview. So tell us about the aliens. Well, my 3 children
were intergalactic children. One was from Mars, Venus.
First, I want to introduce my kids to you, and then I'll tell you about the aliens.
Another one came from Camp Penis, which is a beautiful
Not
planet on the other
Camp
side. Camp Penis. On the other side of Venus, there's a planet called Camp Penis. We don't see it in our solar system. It's on the next solar system over. One of our children
And that's my
came from there.
second youngest.
That's the second youngest, and the baby comes from Jupiter, not Jupiter. Jupiter, which is on the other side of Jupiter.
And
It's a
Camp
larger
Penis.
planet.
Okay. So, all right. So what's interesting though, she talked about how her husband and her had conversations about these alien creatures that they saw, right? Black faces, red eyes. She described them as being demonic or like the devil.
Ooh.
The other thing she said was that
Wait, that's the feeling she got from
That's
them,
the
or they
feeling
just looked that way?
no, that's the feeling she got from them, that they were demons.
Yeah. You know, you hear that a lot. I get a lot of comments on our content then when we talk specifically about an alien or something that's going on. And there is a large society out there that say the aliens don't exist. It's demons.
Yep.
They're
called the shadow. They're actually called the shadow people, just to let you know.
Okay. Yeah. But that's an interesting look at it. I don't know that that's the favorite take on the alien thing,
Right.
but there is a large society that does say that aliens don't exist. It is demons.
With these UFO researchers, just to give you a little bit of history here, the other people that were in the other cars, Jane, Glinda, and Bill, were in the second car. And he was the bank
So
manager
3 people in that car.
in that car, right? So the 2 in the first car, the 3 were Bill, Glinda, and Jane.
And then there was a single.
Then there was a single. His name was David.
Okay.
None of them gave their real names when they came forward. And they did not come forward to researchers until 3 years later. It wasn't until after they saw Kelly on a talk show talking about being abducted. Okay.
That they came forward and said
Yeah.
they were there as well.
Yeah.
But so another confusion point for me is this event happens with Kelly and her husband, Andrew. They're there. They're on the side of the road. The car died. And immediately the other two vehicles also died. They're right in the vicinity. And
there's no record of that. There's no confirmation that their cars died. They said they pulled over because they saw the ship. They also said they saw.
Did they see Kelly?
They did not. None of these people saw each other. They only saw the ship and the creatures, whatever they were. That's
an odd. Okay, but that's an odd part of the story because if they're saying it all happened at the same time, why wouldn't they see each other?
None of them saw each other.
Okay.
The only person that said that she saw a second vehicle was Kelly. She had seen the headlights of the other car behind them.
Coming up.
That's it.
All right.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
So, do you know that Kelly wrote a book?
No.
Yeah, she wrote a book called Encounter.
Okay.
And she said that Encounter was based on her journals.
Wait, did she write it prior to this event?
No, the book came out in 1996. It came out in 96, so 3 years after.
Yeah, 3 years after. Okay. So
3 years after.
Okay.
She said that she wrote journals, that the UFO researchers asked her to write journals to describe everything that she saw, draw pictures of what she saw. So
do we know who the UFO researchers were? Any names on those guys?
No names. I found no names on any of them. They're part of the Phenomena Australia Research Society.
Okay.
That explores UFOs. They're apparently a real group.
Okay.
They really exist, but I could find no names of any of the researchers.
Okay.
And her book was actually pretty successful because she went on a book tour for it.
Sure.
And was talking about it, right?
Okay.
Right.
So so I misspoke then. So she did make money. She did capitalize on this.
Yeah. So I watched like 3 different interviews with her. And one of the things that I learned was that the stories would either get more elaborate or she would speak less about what happened. So there was one interview that she didn't even talk about her menstrual cycle lasting for 3 weeks. She didn't talk about it. I feel like that's an important thing. She didn't talk about
if it was originally related to the whole thing and that experience, I think that would be talked about every time you had the interview.
Then in another interview, she said that she was visited for 4 months by one of the creatures. Came to her room for 4 months after the event.
What kind of visits?
It just would appear in her room. And it was in a dark hood. And all she could see was the red eyes, but she knew it was one of those creatures that she had seen in the woods.
Probably Andrew messing with her after the divorce. Her husband.
4 months. Now, they didn't divorce 4 months afterwards.
Oh, okay.
I think it was, I think they were, playing dress up.
Cosplay?
Yeah.
Little cosplay?
She was like, put on the robe with the red eyes.
The aliens that we saw that night, I want you to dress like them.
Will you dress like them? And then I want you to give me it in my triangle.
And tell me to have my period for 3 weeks.
Command me to have my period.
Say it.
Bleed, woman, for 3 weeks. Bleed. I command you to bleed. Okay, so
that's some sick cosplay shit going on between those two.
That's like really messed up, and this probably led to their divorce. Is what I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, definitely. He's like, I don't want to do it again tonight.
I can't bleed anymore. I've been bleeding for 3 weeks.
I'm sorry, I drove through the light. Do you have to keep making me go through this? Okay.
So,
all right. So her stories were changing on the interviews, but not changing detail wise. It was just what she chose to talk about was becoming more elaborate, or she's leaving other things out and changing direction. Okay.
Right. So she said that when this creature appeared to her in her room, in the hood with red eyes, she felt like she was in a dream state when it first happened.
Okay.
And then she was being pulled like into another dimension or something. She said she had countless electrical issues in her home all the time after this whole event. Okay. Now, apparently, her husband finally admitted to the encounter, but he also then admitted that he had had several other UFO encounters as well before that.
Prior to this.
Prior.
Okay. How far?
He didn't. They didn't go into details in the interview.
Okay.
But he said he's experienced UFO shit before.
And here I'm waiting all my life to just even see a spaceship. This guy's had several.
Now here's another. Here's another thing. She didn't draw the image of the ship, right, until 5 weeks after the event took place. Until after the encounter took place.
What's your point of that? So what?
Well, if this thing happened, wouldn't that be the first thing you did was draw a picture of the ship? Think about it.
As you said earlier, things were starting to come back to her. Maybe that was something that didn't come to her until,
Oh my God, she's in the hospital bleeding for 3 weeks. I mean, seriously, she can't have a piece of paper. She had plenty of pads there.
Yeah, my point is, you said things were starting to come back to her,
Right.
but not all at once. So maybe it was just something down the road. But I see that you think that has to do with something,
right,
that isn't
so
sitting right.
Right.
Okay.
So after the 9 months,
you know what though? Wait, before you move on, that might be the first thing I draw. I think you're right. I think that's the first thing that will come back.
I would have drawn the freaking ship and the alien. Yeah.
That's the first thing you saw was the ship. First thing you saw was that in the light. You didn't see the aliens until after that.
Right.
So that would be your first memory. So yeah, you might be onto something.
Here's another part of the story that I found out. I found out that after 9 months of the event happening is when the researchers actually started to gather their information. So she had said she had gone to the researchers right away.
Mm-hmm.
And that apparently was either not true or the story changed. I'm not really sure.
Wait, say that again?
According to another interview that she had, right? One interview, she said she went to the UFO researchers right away to tell them what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the researchers, according to the researchers, it was 9 months later that she actually came to them to get the information.
Oh.
But Kelly was the first to get there.
Okay.
To tell them the story. Then she did her interview. She did her circuit, her talk circuit. She started writing her journals, and then she wrote her book. And then 3 years later, which it would have been, this was 93. Her book came out in 96. That's when the other people came forward 3 years later in 96. Okay. Apparently there were a lot of calls that night of people seeing lights in the sky.
Yeah.
Just local people. No names, no nothing, just what we were told. We're just going by what we were told. They drew pictures of the aliens, right? So Kelly had drawn her picture of the alien, right? And the other two women, Glinda and Jill, they drew pictures of their alien too. Okay. And I saw the photos, right? I saw the images that they drew.
Yeah.
Not really. You could
like stick figure aliens? Stick figure aliens?
No, they were faces, okay? So they were like the head, right? The other two women said the eyes did not light up red. Only Kelly said that the eyes lit up red. And she said maybe they lit up red because she screamed.
Oh.
That's how they heard. Maybe they heard through their eyes.
Well, maybe that's like they get,
irritated. Stop yelling.
It's scary.
We're not going to. Maybe they were scared. Maybe the aliens were scared.
Yeah, maybe that's their sign of danger,
Danger, red light.
Red.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I saw the pictures, right? If you go like this, squint, you can see similarities.
What do you mean?
You can see similarities in their drawings of the alien head.
Oh, you're saying the pictures didn't seem.
No, it didn't.
Like
it didn't.
They
rock.
saw the same thing.
Yeah. So like Kelly's picture had the alien looking like my headphones are right now. That's kind of like how the eyes were on the almost like on the side of her head, right? One woman drew one, and it looked like Deadpool. I was like, oh my
Before
God.
Deadpool was out.
Deadpool came out in 94.
Oh, in comics, that's right.
In comics, right. But I was like, that looks like Deadpool. That's what I saw. But I was like, that looked like an alien. It looks like Deadpool. And then the other one just looked like a round head with round circle eyes, like a gray.
Okay, so I hear you. So we're getting 3 or 4 different drawings from the 3 or 4 different people.
Yep.
But what I'm asking you is they can interpret what they saw differently. Are you saying that
I want you to draw? I want you to show the ship, and you're going to say Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, I know, I get it. But my question is relevant to the witnesses. So,
right.
Forget their drawings, because their drawings, you never know how they could draw, or they're not artists. There's a lot of people that can't interpret what they saw in a drawing.
Right.
So let's just say the cool thing about this is that they all saw this.
Right.
And now they've all drawn their interpretation of it. Just because they don't match an interpretation, I don't think it says that they didn't see it. Unless you have some other way to tie in and say, well, it turns out they all knew each other, or they were going to do this.
Well, the two women in the car knew each other. So Glinda and Jill knew each other. They were friends. Okay. All right. In the second car, they were friends. So maybe that's why one drew Deadpool and one drew another Deadpool. Like they were both fans of Deadpool, the comic.
Okay.
Rob Liefeld. They just love Rob Liefeld. They were like, oh my God, his art is so great. He can't draw legs, but man, he can really draw upper bodies and heads.
But the other thing, you can't weigh in based on that. That's not something you could use as solid fact, because all I'm saying is a lot of people can't draw. A lot of people can't see something and interpret it in a drawing.
We've done the Betty and Barney Hill, right?
Yes, yeah.
And we talked about how Barney never wanted to come forward with any of this stuff, right? He just did not.
Yeah.
And that led to
Betty spoke out even more.
Yeah, and then Betty just kept speaking out. This is kind of the same thing with her and Andrew, with Kelly and Andrew. Andrew didn't want to talk about it. Andrew didn't even recollect any of it until they said years later. And that's not him saying it. Years later, they said that he told researchers that it did happen, that he saw the ship, and that was it. But again, who are the researchers? We don't know what their names are. We don't know any of that. Okay. So,
but no researcher ever came forward with a book of their own on this encounter.
No. So she was interviewed. I mentioned the name of the organization called Eyes on the Cinema, right?
Yes.
And she was interviewed by them like 3 different times, 3 different people. The one lady is Cynthia Segal or Siegel, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
This woman, I want you to look up that interview, and our listeners, look up this interview, because this woman was leading Kelly through the whole freaking interview, like spoon feeding her. So you said that you got punched in the stomach and it felt like electricity. Tell me about that. Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me about this. But no,
okay,
she wasn't,
but you say
she wasn't a journalist.
Was that the first interview or was that the third one, or what was it?
There's no timeline, because
dates.
you know, when you find these interviews on YouTube, there was just like posted 2 years ago. So you don't know when it happened, and you would hope that they would have a description, but they don't, which is odd. Now, here's something that's interesting. The other people supposedly said that they heard a humming noise. Now, that could have been the frequency coming from the craft before passing out.
Okay.
She didn't mention any sound, though. She said she felt the frequency in her body.
So she felt it. So, you know, maybe it's like there was a sound, but she correlated it with, you know, when there's a heavy bass sound, humming bass sound, you know, when that happens and it goes right through your body. Maybe that's what was happening, but she didn't think it was all auditorial. It was more physical, you know, just physical.
Right, she felt it.
So that's how she felt it, maybe because she was closest, but the other people heard it rather than feel it.
Right. With this whole thing, there is no evidence other than amateur drawings that are terrible. No photos. She didn't even take a picture of the triangle mark on her body.
Well, that was my next question. If it was a burned in, it would be a scar there, right?
She said it healed. Maybe. It healed within a week. It was gone.
Healed and went away.
Healed and went away. Right. She said that she read the book Transformation by Whitley Strieber.
Yeah.
And it just makes me wonder, did she read his earlier book, Communion, which we've talked about that book before here.
Yep.
On Mostly True Alien Sources. Did she read Communion too? Because that's about communicating with aliens, right? This is going to lean into the demon thing, right? She was a Pentecostal person. So she really was fascinated with the book of Revelations. This is what I found. She was fascinated by demons appearing and demons hurting people and demons doing all that. So I don't know if that she's associating these aliens with some sort of demonic presence. I don't know. Now, the other thing too, she never took a lie detector test.
Okay.
She never took one. I don't know if she refused, but there's no record of her taking a lie detector test.
Did any of the other people take a lie detector test?
No, not that we're mentioned. We don't even know. We don't even know. We don't know the researchers' names. We're getting this information that these people came forward 3 years after the event happened, right?
No. But who gave us that information that they came forward? Was that from Kelly?
It's in her book. Yeah, it's in her book. Okay,
all right, okay.
And this is the final thing that I'm going to give you before we can weigh in.
Okay.
The front of her book says this. The front of Encounter says, "You've seen the X-Files. Now read the real thing."
Okay. But to me, that doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
But to you, you think it's a clue that she was just taking ideas from the X-Files?
I'm not weighing in.
I think that's what you're doing.
No,
I think that's where we're going with that. But okay. All right. Well, listen, this is all great information. Good details I didn't know about. I think what really is hitting home here, but I'll even get in. I'm not weighing in yet, but there are some details that you just shared that makes me go, okay, but I really love this story. I love the details you just shared. So Andrew, it's time. Do you think that this is a mostly true alien story or not?
No, absolutely not. This bitch is lying.
Liar! Liar! You're a liar, Kelly. You're a liar. You ruined your marriage with your husband because you made him dress up in cosplay. You ruined the whole thing.
Liar.
So I mean, I knew you were heading there at the second half of your report as you went into it, and then I knew you were going to
Look,
say
man,
it wasn't mostly true
and-
right after you quoted her quote from the book.
It's on the cover of her book.
It's on the cover. She said she's lying.
Look at it. Oh, it's so bad. It's so
Okay,
bad.
well, I mean, is that the only reason? Those are the only reasons you think?
No, there's no evidence. None.
There's no
Zero.
real evidence.
No real evidence. Look, if you got
I thought I
burned on your
saw a
stomach,
picture of the triangle thing.
she
on her
drew
belly
it. It was drawn. It was shown like it was supposed to be, but it wasn't real. There's no photo of it in existence. She never took a photograph of it. Oh,
Just hold on a second, because I thought I saw a picture. Hold on a
no,
second.
you can do whatever. Look, yeah, you're going to look it up. There's going to be somebody that put a red dot on their stomach and said, "Oh, this is Kelly's stomach. This is the red mark," and it
Yeah, here it
disappeared.
is.
Really?
Here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that
like a
literally.
sketch.
No,
It's like a sketch, and it's black.
it's not a sketch.
And it's black. It's not red.
Okay, she's a good-looking girl.
Oh, Kelly, yeah, she was a nice looking lady.
Yeah, she's good looking. Okay,
Saw the aliens
I could see why her husband divorced her. I mean, okay, and here's the road. All right, I'll drop these photos in, but there, and here's the drawing.
That's good, right?
Yeah, I don't know who drew this one though. But
No,
that's
that was
funny.
drawn. It was supposed to be drawn by one of the three. The one
the
with
big-
with the ones on the side of their head is Kelly's.
Okay.
The other two have the eyes like right here, and one looks like Deadpool. All that
There
stuff
is
is
a
in her book.
picture of the mark on her stomach, but the problem is,
It's
as we look at it, it is there. I mean,
they never took a photograph of it. It was like a reenactment photo.
I don't think so. I'm looking at a photo here where they have a tape measure up against it.
She said it was there.
I'd have to see her belly button, though.
Yeah, it's like
now.
a sketch photo. It's not a real
this
photograph.
Isn't a sketch. It's not.
And it's
It is
not
a real.
red. It's not
I'm
red.
looking at a real photograph.
It's red. And this says this is Kelly Cahill's stomach with the red triangle on it.
Well, it doesn't say it's hers, but it is a real stomach with a real mark. Wait, where did she say the mark was?
Below her belly button.
Yeah,
Right
this is
below
it.
her belly button.
This is it.
Do you see her belly button?
Yes, and it's her hand. So take a look at this picture.
Oh, yeah, that looks like a triangle to me. Doesn't look like anything.
Well, but it is a real photo of a belly button and the showing the micro measurer thing there to show you where it is. It's got a tape measure underneath it. Her hand.
It looks like a scar for appendicitis.
Is that how the scar looks?
It looks like some sort of orthoscopic surgery that they did. That's about the size of the orthoscopic surgery scar. She didn't say it was a scar, and that would leave a scar. That's an actual cut. That's not a red triangle like tattoo. That's not a red triangle tattoo. If you see red triangle tattoo, here, borrow these.
All right, Andrew, you say it is not a mostly true alien story.
Liar.
Lying divorcee.
That's why her husband was like, I'm done with you.
She is a lying divorcee.
She is a lying divorcee. But she was cute. She was cute. I'm going to give her
She's
really
good looking.
Yeah.
But all right. So, Andrew, you say it is not a mostly true alien story. It's my turn to weigh in. I was buying into this until you said that the witnesses, the other people that experienced this, never came forward, and the only way we got the names of them was through her in her book.
Yeah.
And no names of the ufologists that researched this.
No.
There's no police reports.
No.
There's nothing else. There is a picture of her belly button with the freaking scar and the thing in it.
We don't know if that's her belly.
Okay, we don't know that. You're absolutely
don't know
right.
that.
We can't prove that is anything.
And she said it was a red triangle. That does not look like a red triangle. I see a red scar. That's all I see. That doesn't mean red triangle. That would fade. That scar would stay.
I love the story. I love the whole idea of it. I don't
Yeah,
understand
it's
why
great.
her husband would fly through the lights. That's the other side of it, though. He never came forward to say anything. So maybe like Barney, he didn't want to lie. But the wives wanted them to create a story so they could write a book and make some money. And when did she report the incident?
It was weeks after.
So, but weeks after it was, and then she writes the book, and then 3 years later puts the book out.
Right, but she didn't write
but-
the book. The book was based off of her journals that she did for therapeutic reasons that the UFO researchers asked her to do.
All right, you don't have to make fun of her. Maybe to her it really happened. You know what I mean? So maybe that was true. Maybe she wasn't lying. Just because she got divorced from her husband and he didn't want to speak about it. And
didn't want to dress up anymore for her.
He didn't want to dress up
in
like
a black
an
robe
alien.
with red eyes.
And the drawings are kind of funny. They are kind of funny.
And all the ships look like Close Encounters. I'm sorry. When I saw the ships, I was like,
Right. And the fact that wasn't the first thing that she drew or remembered.
Right.
Instead,
And
they
she
drew the
came out and
aliens.
said that she had read Whitley's first book, Transformation.
Transformation, I mean.
Yeah. She said it. Yeah, I read his book. It was great. Oh,
sure. Okay.
and she's
so,
apparently a fan of the X-Files.
were there any other sightings around that area at the same time? Do we know?
They said that witnesses came forward and that saw lights in the sky. That's the only thing that we know. But no one else. Now, there was a lot of UFO activity in 1993, apparently in Australia.
Okay. All right. I'm weighing it. Right. There was a lot of, I know there were a lot of sightings.
Could it be that the Australian government is testing drugs on people and stuff? Sure. Totally could be. We can go there with that. Like MK Ultra stuff. Yeah. Giving them LSD and making them think they saw stuff. And that's a possibility.
At first this was one of those cases where, I look at it and say, you have these kind of witnesses. It makes it hard to dismiss. You have different people. You got the same night. You got the same descriptions. You got drawings. And they didn't know each other. There was no contact with each other.
Right.
But you make a compelling case that, the way the drawings look, the names, they never came forward with their name. What do they, why would they hide their names on something situation like this? Why not come forward? Why wasn't there a name of a UFO?
Well, the
researcher?
guy in the third car was a government official, and he didn't want to risk losing his job.
Okay. Well,
and Bill was a bank manager, and he didn't want to risk losing his job. My name is Bill. I'm a bank manager.
That's a solid excuse for not coming forward back then. That's a solid excuse today.
90s,
Anybody
baby.
can come
It's
forward.
the 90s. Come on. It's the 90s.
They still wouldn't come forward then. I think it wasn't until the late 90s, early 2000s, people started to, had no fear of telling us, yeah, I saw an alien. So it is, I'm challenged with this one. So I'm giving Kelly the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say this is a mostly true alien story.
I've got Andrew.
Her
Kelly's
husband,
on the phone. Yeah.
Her ex-husband's on?
Her ex-husband's on the phone.
Is he Australian?
He is Australian.
Oh, okay. Hey, Andrew. I'm glad you could join Mostly True Alien Stories, and thanks for calling in. We were just about to weigh in on whether this is a Mostly True Alien Story, the one that Kelly Cahill told us and the alien experience.
Right.
Did that really happen? I heard you didn't want to speak about it, but you never denied it happened.
Neil, it's difficult to say. Marriage is hard, right? And things didn't work out for Kelly and I, and I, didn't want to come forward with this, but she's a liar. She's a liar. She used to make me dress up, put on hoods. She's so fascinated with aliens and demons and things. We even built a dungeon in our basement, and that's where we did a lot of the things.
Wow.
And
you had an alien dungeon?
We had an alien dungeon in our basement where she would have me go down there and dress up and have me pretend flashlights in her eyes and talk nasty to her.
You know what, Andrew, I'm stopping you there. I don't want to hear any more of this. I don't. Thanks for calling in. All right, everyone. That was Andrew Cahill. Says his wife was a liar, but I don't believe him. I think this is a mostly true alien story. Andrew says it is not a mostly true alien story. No. Make sure to subscribe and share this with your friends, and we will see you on the next episode. Until then, be kind to the aliens when they get here. Nice job, Andrew. Thanks for all the details.
You're welcome, Neil. Bye.
UFO sightings. Many Americans have wondered about factors of unknown